Spain have the outside lane. Iñaki Cañal goes for them in lane number 1. Sorry, on leg number 1. David Som for France to Jodier, Biron and Ondon. South Africa, Gadeo Isaacs to Zakiti Nene, Wade van Niekerk, and Lite Pillay as well, who's another one who's been in really good form for South Africa so far this year. Yaya for India. Then Isaac Makwala for Botswana. Barbados, Kyle Gale is their lead-off runner. For Barbados' solitary representatives here in the Bahamas. Dominican Republic, with Wilbur and Encarnacion. And Luc van Rattingen leads off for Australia. So almost 3.5 hours later, and we got underway with some frenetic relay action that's had thrills, spills, history made, upsets, baton drops, disqualifications, pretty much everything that you could expect from wall-to-wall relays. This is the final act, the final installment in a competitive heat, chasing those final 2 spots today in Paris. Away we go then. France, India, Botswana and South Africa, the best teams on paper. Interested to see Wade van Niekerk, his position on the 3rd leg as well as an intriguing choice by South Africa as well. They've gone out well in this early stages. Gadeo Isaacs, who's in lane number 6 with France outside him. David Som. Botswana also out strongly as well, up on Barbados. Up on India outside them. At the moment, Dominican Republic are the ones struggling. So France, David Som, strong finish from Mohamed Yahia of India here. Barbados are coming through late with Kyle Gale as well, as Isaac Makwala ties up for Botswana, really has faded in the home straight. France, and on the outside, Spain are going well as well. India, and outside them, South Africa.
We expected a little bit more about Botswana. Oh, there's an injury, oh no.
There's a problem on the outside there, and we've lost France. France are down. So that's a big surprise. A strong French quartet are out of the race. Spain leading. It's getting a bit tight on the curve there. A balking for Australia. They've lost their way with Alex Beck really getting squeezed out on the inside. Botswana with Letsile Tebogo taking them to the head of affairs. South Africa with Zakiti Nene about to hand on to Wade van Niekerk. Rashim Griffith in 3rd place for Barbados, and Australia coming down the home straight with Alex Beck, who's regathered himself for South Africa. Wade van Niekerk, the world record holder, has the baton in front, ahead of Leungo Scotch of Botswana, then come Barbados and Australia.
But also India is out, in the same leg, I think.
You're right, India.
There are 2 on the ground.
Yeah, India are also out of the race. Good spot that one, Daff. So we've lost 2 athletes. India at the same kind of area on the entrance to the back straight. You can see in the background there the French athletes. India are also out of the race too. But up front, Van Niekerk and Scotch. An all-African battle at the moment. These 2 are away from Barbados and Australia. India and France would have been 2 of the contenders for these top 2 spots as well, which is why, at the moment, or one of the reasons, that this is a 2-horse race at the moment. Van Niekerk really pushing all the way through to the handover onto Lide Pillay on the final leg. The final baton change for Botswana is Bayapa and Ndori, the world leader, in 2nd position. Barbados and Australia having their own battle in 3rd and 4th. Well, again, this will be a proud battle. Pillay just keeping his eye on the inside, moving out to the outside of his lane, and Ndori biding his time, and with 200 metres to go, and Ndori decides to strike. These 2 have a commanding advantage over the chasing pack at the moment. Australia have got ahead of Barbados in 3rd, but it's Botswana and Bayapo and Ndori still a chance for Lide Pillay to challenge for South Africa here. They're both going to the Olympics, but who takes the glory for Africa in this final heat? It is Botswana, and Ndori gets them to the line. Just ahead of the run from Lide Pillay, and tight in the end for 3rd between Australia and Barbados. Well, again, the race was the places were decided, Daphne, but again, you just saw the competitive spirit between those 2 all the way to the line. Botswana confirmed as the winners in some 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's also because of the lanes. Sometimes it's important to have a fast race, to have a nice lane later on. I think that could be important for some countries.
Yeah, absolutely. A better lane for the final gives them probably an increased chance of $60,000 to the small percentage difference that it makes. So let's have a little look at the issues that happened in that race, because there was quite a bit going on. Let's have a look. India pulling up, the athlete pulling up there actually, then France almost within a second or two of each other. So France and India both going down on the same leg. That's remarkable. And the French injury here, it was Thomas Jourdier, rather, who was pulled up for France on that second leg. So real shame for them. As we mentioned earlier on, the rules are such that they are able to come back tomorrow and have a second attempt, despite not finishing that race. But this is a brilliant battle. Grimaces for both. But Ndori, he really was proving the impossible there. He was absolutely not going to let Pillai past him, was he?
I love that. Just pushing through the line.
Yeah. Timed his dip well as well. His body was probably leaning forward there as well. So it's an all-African sweep in that final heat. And we'll confirm the full list of eight teams through in the men's 4x400 meters. Just a moment. That is how that particular heat finished. France and India DNF, but they will be back tomorrow to chase those Olympic places.